Name of my channel keeps changing. Channel a lot, so I don't really remember exactly how the name was. But right here, this keeps changing. So I took a screenshot because I don't remember how it was, and they know that. But right there, you see this information right here, and you see that I'm trying to log in on this other device, and it's still missing. But a few minutes ago was something different. This is how I'm tying it. It's a form of gaslighting. It's just gaslighting on a governmental scale. That's why they all demand that I'm mentally ill. And then enlist everyone around me demand. But it's like psycho. Because who can make everyone you come in contact with, you can tell that someone has an obsession and a major problem. Everyone, including your own family. That's a lot of power to abuse. Your caseworkers, everyone, friends, churches, people you don't even know, just walking into places. We can't help you because you're mentally ill. We can't help you flee abuse. I don't know you. Strangers on buses. So this is dark staff. So the lady that I got put out that assaulted me and would not let me get to my bed, and I called security and they didn't follow policy at Austin Street Shelter, put me out over that incident when she shoved me and almost made me fall. So nonetheless, she had a prior incident with the same lady. That same lady was at DART. She's a gang stalker. And she told this same lady to not give me that route information, and she didn't. And so she's essentially doing the same thing on this situation. But she's telling me the bus she's telling me to catch doesn't exist. I was trying to get to our calling. They didn't want, someone was controlling transit. And they know it's criminal, so they have to strategize to do it. But her behavior tells you everything you need to know. I asked about I asked her which bus to catch. And she's telling me she's calling someone because I want to know what bus to catch. Does this look familiar? So the printer's not working. So for some reason, these people think they can call someone and bully me. So she has the camera out. Good. Yeah. Okay. The camera. Now keep calling. Because I've given you the information. I don't know, ma'am. It say DD on there. I just asked you. The printer don't work. Ask me about the 12. Right. Does both of them go to our? Because I was new to riding the bus. Downtown. I've always had my own vehicle. There's only 2 on the whole schedule for all today. Whatever. For the soccer game. I recorded the schedule already. There's only 2 buses that run the whole day. So I'm asking if it's the downtown. So what they did, they're so crooked, they switched the schedules out. They had, because they knew I didn't know what I was doing, they came in there and had a schedule for 2 buses that run that whole day, and it would have made me wait 4 hours after they stopped serving food. And then I mean, when are they going to jail? It don't even make sense. That someone would go through that extreme, so I can't use transit and stay free. She has a mental illness slander. Always, but this is the second time I've been here. They don't want me riding the 12 because it's easy. So all of this madness is just so I can't get on the 12 because it's easy access to our calling. So it's for profit. So this lady, last time I was here, she wouldn't give me directions. A woman that, there's a cleaning lady right there waiting, supervising it. They may be a police officer. So here's the thing. Last time the lady that shoved me told this lady not to give me directions. The lady that shoved me at Austin Street. And she didn't. She called me a crazy bitch and she stabbed. Crazy bitch. So it's time for them to go to jail. So she's calling the police on me and calling me a crazy bitch. She knows that the police are behind it, so she can feel comfortable calling someone a crazy bitch for profit. This is the staff. So the truth of the matter is she probably switched the schedules out. Put that on there. So she just flipped me off. It's time for him to go to jail. Stupid ass, flipped me off. She probably switched that schedule out and then calling the police on me. And I got a mental illness, but she called me a crazy bitch, and she's a DART employee. That's where she's supposedly working. DART employees are supposed to say crazy bitch or flip people off for wanting instructions and directions and trying to go to our calling, a Christian organization. So she's under her call on her phone for an emergency because I'm trying to go to our calling on an easy bus route. And another problem of it is she switched out the bus route to commit a crime. Because there's only 2 DDs. The whole thing, we've already seen the schedule. She probably did it. So she has to gaslight me and mistreat me and try to scare me so I won't have the easy route.
I don't feel the need. If you want to go ahead and look at this video, this is what it is. Dart staff that date. But she essentially goes out. The bus driver comes conveniently, so I can't show you the schedule on how petty they are. They've done it in multiple different other areas. I went to Plano, and they had removed all of the locations to catch the bus. Well, I have a friend in Plano, a male friend. So I went. I don't know. Like I said, I've always had a vehicle. I said, "Can you catch the bus here?" I still don't know to this day. There's no one around me. I don't know what was happening. I said, does the bus travel in Plano? Nobody would tell me. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I said this, but nonetheless, she rushes out to the bus driver. And I'm telling the bus driver, I don't really know. I'm new to catching the bus. I had a bus pass in my hand. The bus driver says she's calling the police because I'm trying to catch the bus. I'm not just going to get on her bus, demanding to go somewhere with a bus pass. She comes out to rescue the lady. I'm not quite certain on how they're not getting felony charges because whatever's happening, I have a bus pass. You can't dictate like they've been doing all this time everywhere I'm at. Like the location today, they gave me times that I can use the transit. I thought it was peculiar. I thought that you set your own transit, but that's evidence that I don't have rights. So I went to a bus stop. I have a bus pass. Okay, so nobody will give me route information, period. Law enforcement demands that nobody gives me route information, and we just have evidence of that. My devices are glitched, and it hides it. So what's happening, like I said, this is a psycho person, and really doesn't have proper rationalization. But each hotel stay, a person, you can tell by transit, they feel threatened. So prior to me being on this bus experience, my device was glitching. It never wants me to find these hotels. I'll book an amount and then it'll change and defraud me out of like $40. And then hotels defraud me out of funds year after year. I'll book it for an amount. Then when I select it and try to do the confirmation, it'll change and defraud me out of $30, $40. I tried to report it to the police and they keep covering for it. I don't know where all this money's going. I guess it's funding my abuse. Nonetheless, so I'm at a bus stop and some kind of miraculous way, I found the buses that go there. All the buses told me that they don't go there. That goes to this hotel. So I got on the bus. He says, "Where are you going?" I said, "I want to push the button." And then he says that, I don't know. He says that I don't know how it transpired. And I said, "Well, I just want to ride the bus." And then he threatened the police. So I don't know what it actually transpired. So I just got off the bus and she came. And then I saw that her bus goes to that location. So I get on the bus and then this what happens. Right when it's about to go to the hotel, but this has happened years. And I felt like they were putting my safety at risk, repeatedly doing this over. So each time these buses go to a location it's like a really big threat. For some kind of psychological reason, this person thinks hotel stays is a big threat. So the hotel scam to put me out or the police department comes. The shelter is such a big threat. I don't know if it's for the psychological torment. That's why all these put outs and at hotels and all this, and even hospitals, is just irrational thinking. Yeah. Where do you want me to go to catch the 378 without getting violated? This is what you parked at a spot that's not for the 378? She really wants me to get off and struggle with my bags. They've been doing it years. Okay, you're starting to argue because I want to know how to catch the 378, the bus that I'm on. I'm telling you how. You go there to the bus. So why don't you take me to the 378 bus stop since I'm on? Right here. I'm done. He wants me to struggle with my bags. What do you mean I got to go to the other side if this is the 378 bus stop? Oh my God. She don't know I'm recording. Are you guys scheming to keep me from getting... So you're blaming me because you don't want me to know how to catch the bus? And all these buses left me and you guys scheme and violate me over and over, year after year. No one's on here. You were driving reckless and you always want to call the police to enforce crimes. You don't want me to know where to catch the 378 since you're going out of service while I'm riding it? 4 of them did it in a row one day. You guys playing games year after year. Calling the police, someone needs to call the feds. Because this girl want to use transit with a bus pass. So the police is trying to scam a criminal trespass anyway. They came
So
on
they
their
just have them
own.
pick up
No
the
rhyme, no
phone to
reason.
violate my rights and keep me from
And slander
services.
made
This
the
is a
bus
felony
drivers
charge.
take the fall for their crimes.
Why am I in this
It
country?
happened in Austin too. When he was mad, I got put off a bus
So it's
the
like intimidation,
day before I was
which is
arrested
criminal. Pick up
at
the
Gateway
phone, call
Church.
the police because you want to ride the bus with a bus pass. You can. So you don't want me to know how to catch another 378 since you're going out of service? This is misconduct. You can be terminated for this. And then calling the police to rescue from your misconduct is not acceptable. Why would you go out
When
of
she finds I'm
service
out
and don't want
recording,
a
she
party
damages my
trying to have
phone.
me
There was
walk all
glass
over the
shards
place
flying
and you don't want me
everywhere.
to know if I catch the 378 right here? If you park right here, where do you want me to go to catch it? This happened in Denton. They did this 6 hours in Denton. So I was about to call the police. And I was finally able to catch the bus. 6 hours because I'm new to riding the bus. Yeah, so can you tell the police
When
that
she
you
finds
won't
out I'm
tell me where to
recording.
catch the 378 since you're going out?
Ma'am, don't
That's
take my
assault.
picture.
I want to. You broke my phone.
Cracked it out. Look at the glass.
She broke my phone.
It's a new phone.
There's glass from my phone
There's the phone, right? You see the glass?
right here. They
There's the
do
glass.
any and everything they want.
So I could never catch the bus with a bus pass. Multiple different drivers did it. I had to get a lift. So the next day I tried to catch the bus. All the buses that lied and said they didn't go there. They lied and it's right in front of the hotel. Right in front of the hotel. So it's impossible for me to have convenience like that at hotel stays. They strategize it and manipulate my phone and railroad me to control hotels that I believe I already have cameras because my experiences are peculiar when I'm doing for certain things on my devices. I get interruptions by housekeeping, demanding that I check out early, just really weird things that aren't realistic, so I can't report it. Someone will scream and stage a fight to scare me. They did it at Red Roof Inn. And, I think I tried to report it, and the police said they couldn't do anything about it, which they're right in front of the door, hotel room, which doesn't make sense because there was a fight. That's your responsibility. But I assumed that it was a scam. So nonetheless, the next day, they blatantly lied. I was at the bus stop 5 hours, and I could not catch the bus. They all put garage on it, denying me transit. I called the police. Of course, I think they set it up, so I just had to catch a lift again with a bus pass. I knew that they were so out of control that what they wanted to do was terrorize me so bad to where I couldn't live in Dallas because they got out of their get out of jail free card with all these false arrests. So they had to scam and force me in another environment like this fresh new one where they can set me up there. They need to get me out of this environment. Each environment that incriminates themselves, I have to have a put out so he can start up the same madness in a fresh new territory without ever getting caught. So as you can see, I'm in immediate need for a protection order because if someone can have a dark driver assault you amongst other assaults, and as you can see, if it's not safe for you using transit, you're getting demeaned and degraded and slandered and framed just for simply using transit. Then almost killed, then arrested for reporting that you guys are out of control and endangers my safety. I almost got ran over in these schemes. What happened? Was really cute. And I said, no one is going to tell me how I look. I fixed all up. I had a sexy dress that's a little bit shorter. It wasn't for me. It was a little shorter than what I normally wear. I look really cute, makeup, all jazzed up. I was ready to take on the world. So the first bus left me. I was actually supposed to meet someone, and we were just going to have a day. So the first bus left me. I came for the second bus. So someone tried to keep me. Someone from nowhere tried to block me. Everybody else got on the bus, and it held me up from my place in line. And she came with a bag and stopped, so I couldn't go. But I know their scheme, so I bogarted past her. He hurried up and shut the door. And since they kept treating me like this and I was all dressed up, I started leaning on the bus and banging on it, knowing that if I'm leaning on the bus, he wouldn't endanger my safety. He did. He drove off and I almost fell up under the bus. I knew at that point if someone was having bus drivers drive reckless like she was, and nobody was doing law enforcement, and it almost just took my life, I needed to immediately go report this all dressed up. I went down there. Lindsay was down there, arrested me for reporting it, demanded that someone else do the report so he wouldn't be attached to it because he had already done it. I thought I was going to get killed in jail. They denied me my iron. I got sick. and I was dizzy, and I just they were starting arguments. They did a change for they put me in lockdown, would deny me the access to the capability to clean the cell and feminine hygiene products, play games with the food, had me around these controlled inmates that would do the same crap, yell and scream all night where I could barely sleep. So then they did the uniform change. They demanded that I take off all my clothes. Multiple different jail states have done this until I started reporting it. You can't have. You just have to have bra and panties on. So I took off all my clothes, gave her the clothes. I had the bra and panties on. She staged the argument and then left and did not have me in uniform. It was cold. They had the AC on in the winter, like all jail stays that I have. So they tried to be funny. They were denying me recreation, which is a criminal offense. It's a misdemeanor charge to deprive someone of recreation. All jail stays do it. So they tried to be funny and finally let me out for rec. I came out there with the bra and panties on. They said, "What are you, crazy? You can't do this." I said, "You won't give me a uniform. What do you want me to do?" They thought that I was going to stay in because I didn't have clothes, and they wanted to be funny and finally let me out. So I came out there with the bra and panties on. And I guess they would know that the feds, if someone were to investigate them like they did Diane Hammer, that was too incriminating. So they went ahead and gave me the uniform. All the Christian stations at multiple different false arrests are scrambled, and I can't view them like it was at Medical City Hospital. I think you need to know this because you need to know how much power is abused. And if all the evidence compiled together will show you that someone is running too many people that shouldn't be.